Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are you guys? Jumping on here again. Look at this. Come on. All right. So we are talking about, we have been talking about 7 things that daughters need from their dad. And I am Cofia. I am with Coffee with Cofia. And I thank you so much for joining me watching this video, either by replay or rewatch. So if you are catching the replay of this video, definitely put in the comments #rerun. I would love to connect with you. We talked about on Friday 7 things that daughters need from their dad. And we got through 4 of them. And so I just want to recap them. And today we're going to talk about the last 3 things that the daughters need from their dad. We talked about that a dad needs to be involved. He needs to be actively interested in her life. Number 2, she needs to see him demonstrate a healthy marriage. Number 3, she needs for him to support her. So not just telling her that he agrees with everything she does, but that she's capable to make it through whatever comes her way. Number 4 is she needed to trust him. She needs to trust him to be her confidant, to be the safe place of her information and being able to be vulnerable, right? And then number 5, we are talking about number 5, 6, and 7. And I am a coach. And so I came across this article doing some research around the area of father wounds, of mother wounds, father-daughter relationships, thinking about relationships in the Bible where they talk about fathers and daughters and the significance of those relationships. And so I came across this article, and it's from allprodads.com. Check out the article. It's really cool. So what I am doing, I'm taking the information from this article, but what I'm doing as a coach is I'm drawing the line for you of some potential thought errors or some potential lies that you can believe as a woman if you don't necessarily have a father in your home growing up, or he is not actively a part of your life, really kind of raising you and guiding you and gearing you to where you need to be. And why is this important? Because if we want to have healthy marriages, if we want to have healthy relationships with our children, healthy relationships with our friends, we have to understand that our first example of what relationships look like come from our family. It literally comes from how we grew up. So healthy relationships start when we are young. And so that is important to know some potential things that we could believe that prevent us from having healthy relationships. And so number 5 is this. She needs for her dad to show her unconditional love. Unconditional love. And what does that mean? That means that no matter the mistakes that she makes, no matter the choices that she makes, she understands that her dad is going to be there no matter what. He is her literal ride or die, right? She knows that he's going to be there first. And so I appreciate you jumping on here this morning. We're talking about 7 things that daughters need from their dad. We went over the first 4 things. We're talking about number 5. Number 5 is that daughters need unconditional love from their dad. And he needs to show her love regardless of performance. And one of the lies that you can believe if you don't have this support from your father is that you must do only what you can be perfect at. You must do only what you can be perfect at, or you only try to do things that you know that you can execute perfectly. And how many of us know that that's not real? Like if we're only doing what we're perfect at, we're never progressing in anything that we don't feel that we're perfect in. But when we have that unconditional love from our dad growing up, that support that knows, listen, through mistakes, you just keep trying. Failure is just another opportunity for you to succeed. And so when you have that unconditional love from your dad growing up, you are able to really propel in life. And you don't believe those lies that can kind of come and say, I'm only going to try what I know I'm going to be perfect at. And listen, I used to be a perfectionist. And perfectionists also procrastinate. For me, when I would have an assignment that was due, I would be so afraid of what it would look like if it's not going to be perfect that I wouldn't even turn it in. Or I would only do what I know I can do perfectly. And what do we know? That progress comes from practice. But if we're never practicing and getting better on a thing, then we're never going to be good at some things that we are meant to be great at. And so that is number 5. Number 6 is this. Number 6 is she needs a strong spiritual leader in the home. A strong spiritual leader. And the conversation that we had on Facebook was, if you ever heard that song, INDEPENDENT, okay, if you heard that song, it talks about independent women. And we raising up our flags and we talking about how independent we are, when really that was never God's design for us to be independent. His design for us was to be dependent on him. But if we never understand what a spiritual leader and a spiritual father in our home looks like, we are going to have a hard time connecting with men that are supposed to lead us. That word submission is like a nasty word. People don't want to hear submission. Submission is like the F word in a sense, because when we say submission, women get turned off. But if we had a spiritual leader when we were growing up, we understand the importance of praying together, or having him lead us in prayer, or having him lead us in the home, or leading the spiritual activities. Him being the one, hey, we got to get up, make sure you lay your clothes out, let's get ready for church, let's get ready for worship, whatever that looks like in your home. But spiritual leader comes from being that relationship, really understanding our natural father. Because what we don't realize is that the link between our heavenly father is first displayed in our natural father. So if we feel like our natural fathers can't be trusted, doesn't support us, he's not there, he's not demonstrating what a godly marriage looks like, or he doesn't provide that unconditional love, it's going to be very hard for us to think that our spiritual father does the same thing. And so that is number 6. She needs a strong spiritual father, because some of the lies that she can believe, if we don't have that, and I'm speaking from experience, is that I don't need a man and I can do this by myself, when that was never God's design. Okay. And so number 7, and we are going to be done before the day. Number 7 is so important. You have to watch this, guys. Like, this is huge in a little girl's life. And I can tell you that if you don't have this in your life, it's going to be hard for you to have relationships with other men. And that is that her dad is a positive role model for her. What do I mean by that? A positive role model. He is the first person, the first man that she gets to know intimately. And if he is not a man that is a positive role model for her, she will begin to believe that whatever he is, whatever his characteristics are, that's what love looks like. Or that's what ideal love or ideal marriage or ideal relationship looks like, because that's what she saw. And so when she doesn't have a positive role model, what lie does she believe? She believes that love looks inconsistent. That love looks inconsistent. Because if he's not there to encourage her, he's not there for her games, he's not there for her debate, he's not there for her birthday parties, he's not there for her coming home from school, he's not there to support her and cheer her on and be the example for intimacy with her mom and how that looks, she will begin to think that, oh, that inconsistency is natural. And I will raise my hand, because I was the first one to think that love looks like being inconsistent. Oh, you here today, you may not be here. Oh, I can forgive you for that. Oh, because I had to forgive my dad for that. And so that just begins to be a natural thing as far as relationship, right? And so what we have to understand is that, listen, these 7 characteristics, these 7 things these daughters need from their dad. Otherwise, it can set them up to have some disastrous relationships in the future. And so that is what I wanted to come on here really quickly and let you guys know, just to kind of give you a recap of what those 7 things are, is she needs her dad to be involved. He likes it because she likes it. She needs him to demonstrate a healthy marriage, that love looks like commitment. She needs for him to support her, that he recognizes her ability, and that she needs to be he needs to be a place where she can go and divulge and be vulnerable, that he's her confidant. Number 5 was that she needs his unconditional love, that no matter what, he's going to be there. No matter the mistakes, he's there to catch her, to help her, to maybe pick her up and dust her off. Number 6 was that she needs a strong spiritual leader. She learned submission as a child. And then number 7, she needs a positive role model. She needs to know that men are consistent. She needs to know that men are faithful. She needs to know that men are loyal, because that's how our Heavenly Father is. He's faithful. He's loyal. He's there for us no matter what. But sometimes if we don't connect who God is and who our natural fathers are, we begin to think that our natural fathers are the way God is, and he's not like that. And so I appreciate you guys jumping on here this morning. If you caught this video by replay, #rerun in the comments. I am Cofia with Coffee with Cofia. I'll be on here Mondays mornings, Friday evenings, to give you some life truths, to give you some hacks, some wisdoms that I've learned over the years, that I continue to learn, and some things that I help my clients through. And so I want you to go and have an amazing Monday. And of course, go be great by what? Mastering what's on your plate. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.